Hey there, ever wondered how Facebook manages to run flawlessly on both Android and iOS devices? It might seem like magic, but it's all about the game-changing technology they've harnessed. Get ready to dive into the world of React Native, a framework that's redefining the way we build mobile apps. In the next 20 minutes, we're going to take you on a thrilling ride through the fundamentals of React Native and setup. Stick around because after that, we'll uncover even more exciting information. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this captivating session on React Native, presented by CDF, where we'll unravel the mysteries behind this transformative technology. Are you ready? Let's dive in. What you can expect from this demo. It's going to be theory and small demo on basics. We will start with understanding what is React Native, why it is used by tech giants, the essential requirements in your system to perform setup. Demo, how to set up React Native in your system. Demo, exploring the project structure. Demo, building your first React Native app. Whether you're a seasoned developer or just curious about the world of app development, this session has something for everyone. We're about to embark on an exciting journey into the future of mobile app development with React Native. Let's start with question on, what is React Native? React Native, by Facebook, lets you build mobile apps for Android and iOS using the same code. It's like magic, translating your code into the native language of each device. It's the technology that powers some of your favorite apps, making them run flawlessly on your smartphones and tablets. But how does it work? Well, here's the fascinating part. React Native harnesses the power of JavaScript and React, two of the most popular web technologies. It takes your code and translates it into the native language of each device, creating a beautiful and consistent user experience. Now let's see, who are using React Native? Facebook, your go-to social media giant? Who developed React Native on 2015 are delivering a seamless experience for their application. Microsoft Office? Absolutely. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all powered by React Native for perfect mobile use. Shopify, the e-commerce legend, swears by React Native. Wix, the website wizard, brings its magic to mobile. Discord relies on React Native for glitch-free chat and voice, even across platforms. And that's just the beginning. Countless innovators are riding the React Native wave, crafting incredible experiences. Now let's see why these applications use React Native. Cross-platform compatibility. With React Native, you write one codebase and run it on both Android and iOS. No need for separate Java and Swift code. It's a time saver. Performance. React Native uses native components, ensuring your app runs smoothly and efficiently. No compromise on speed. Your JavaScript skills become superpowers. With React Native, you can quickly adapt your web knowledge to mobile app development. It's like having a universal tool in your tech belt. Community and ecosystem. Since its launch in 2015, React Native has gained massive community support. You'll find solutions, libraries, and resources galore, making your development journey smooth and backed by experts. Before you dive into the world of React Native, let's make sure your tech setup is ready to roll. Here are the prerequisites you'll need. First, if you're on a Mac, you'll need Xcode. It's your gateway to developing iOS apps. For Windows or Linux, you can use Android Studio. Node.js is your next essential tool. Make sure you have it installed. It's the backbone of React Native. Java Development Kit, or JDK, is a must for Android development. Ensure you have it set up properly. Android Studio requires Android SDK, and you should also install the Android Emulator for testing your apps. Watchman and Brew, if you're on macOS, are helpful for optimizing your development environment. With these prerequisites in place, you're ready to embark on your React Native journey. I'm handing over to CDF admin on demo portion.
Remaining step remains same. so I'm not going in depth. But for this demo, I'm going to make use of Windows. I'm currently running on a Windows machine, and you can see the iOS is not supported. If I want to go, I can make use of Expo Go, which is this one. Uh, the Expo Go is a good solution, and even for little complex operation, you can do it. But most of the people were making use of React Native CLI because it have the wide variety of support. So I am also going to do the same. I can able to pull my emulator and check it where in Expo Go I have to use my mobile for testing, so which I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make use of Windows. Even for Linux, iOS is not supported. Only for Mac OS, if you have the machine and export, it will work fine. So I have did the same steps. So let me just quickly show you um, what I did. So first thing is like we need to ensure we have Node.js and Java installed in place. So this document is still not updated, I guess. Currently, we are making use of Windows Get Manager, but they are using of Cocoa Pods. Anyway, so now what I will do, I will paste this command, and you can able to see these things are already installed for me. Let me click yes. In your case, you will be seeing like it requires you to do an installation, but in my case, it's yes. Let's go back and see what we have to do. We have to download Android Studio. Where to download, you don't need to worry. You can able to see here. They have provided the official link, so it will take you to this Android Studio page and download it. Download is very fairly simple. So you just have to click download button. You have to agree to the terms and condition. Well, you will have the Android Studio in place, and I have opened the Android Studio here initially. And the main important things which I feel like the document is still missing is I will show you here. So this is our Android Studio. Let me maximize it. Yeah. Here something is called SDK Manager. So we need to have certain SDKs in place so that our application will work fine. Currently, the latest API is 34. So in your case, if the latest API is some 35 or some 36, you can install that. In that case, you don't need to install everything because it occupies lots of space. In my use case, I'm going to develop only a mobile application. So I'm going to keep it like I want SDK platform 34, and I'm going to use this system image. And for safer side and for production grade, I will be using the lower environments like 33. So I have installed few more things in place to ensure like our application testing can be done across different APIs, those things. And these are SDK tools. These tools are needed, or else you will encounter failure. So in this case also, I try to install the latest one and few older version for safer side, not too old. And you can able to see I have installed the latest Android SDK command line tool, and I have installed this is important Android SDK platform tool. So I have installed this one. Emulator is very important because I'm not going to use my mobile. Instead, I'm going to make use of emulator. So I have selected this one, and you need this Google Play licensing library. This is very important. So please have this in place. And these things are not required. If you want, you can add it. And if you see, this is the location I have kept this for things. So all installations will be available here. So what you have to do is like you have to go to the environmental variables. So let me just show you. So this is system environment variables. You have to go here. I have set up everything in place, but yeah, so we will have the detailed section, but in this case, yeah, I have Android home and I mentioned the location, and this is not required. And I mentioned like when it comes to part, okay, here I didn't mention much. So this is a user variable. So in user will be added Android home, and when it comes to system variables, I need Java home. So I'm using Microsoft Java. Is here I installed Java, right? So I know the location where I kept. So I pasted there. And apart from that, this is very important. So here what I did was like I added all the stuff. So if you can able to see, I've added the Java part, Java location. Followed by that, I install Android Studio in F drive. So you can see I have this. platforms, platform tools, and Android Studio SDK part. So I have added these three things also here. So it will make use of this environment variable at the time of building the Android application. So this looks good. So we have to set these things up. And next, I'm not going to use testing in my mobile. So instead, I'm going to use something called the emulator. So here in Android Studio itself, I have created this emulator. You can also create your own emulator. Initially, it will show null. So you have to click create, and you can see across different platforms, it will show provide the options. Having this Play Store is one of the recommended thing, and I'm going with something with big screen, so I can able to see in my screen. And here, whatever you installed, right? So those things will be available here. So in my case, I installed 30, which is good, and 33. So we have these installed. And if I click next, I'm using the latest one. I want it in portal, portrait, and I can give any name. You can also provide any name of your choice. The rest of the things I kept very like similar only. And if you click finish, it will create something like this. So I have created it, and here you should be seeing a play button. I click the play button, so you should be seeing an Android application, which will be running like this. So now I have installed the application, so that's why you are seeing this one. And let me just try to, yeah, I have canceled this part. Mm, yeah, this is the main menu, right? I click. Okay, it's taking some time because of my network issue, but this is the mobile, the emulator I have in place. So once you make changes, you have to click OK. Now we saw the prerequisites. So once you do this, this will be installed for your Android. For iOS, you need a Mac machine to do the testing with your emulator. And for those changes also you need to have. So now I will open my VS Code. So in VS Code, I believe I have installed everything. And currently I am in this particular folder called Basic App. I already have an developed one application. Anyway, I'm going to use another thing. So now I will use this command called npx react native, and here we have to mention the version. In this case, I want to use the latest version. So if it's not installed, it will ask you to install. So now, if you see, this is how I created this project. I will show you the folder structure, but now let me just say like demo app, and let's click enter. So what happens is like now it will try to create a demo application. In the meantime, I will just show you how I did earlier. So I have deleted those. Right. Okay, so once I click this one, it will take some time and it will create a folder like this. Now let me just walk you through the folder structure. Upon successful completion, right? You can able to see the folder. So this is where the test files were kept. So if you want to do some unit test, you can have your unit test file here. And this is where some bundles and installation like config file will be available. In this case, it's going with the default config. These are not super important. So it started. It will take some time. So for Android specifically, I said like it will even support a native component. So this is how it comes to place. So if you click Android, you can able to see like how you have in Android Studio the required stuff like the Gradle version is available, the app, what build it's doing, what was the output, where is it, the debug, every information that an Android app needs, it have everything's in place. Settings are Gradle, everything is there. Same for iOS. So even in iOS, you can able to see they are having this Xcode .xcode project. So to make use of it, you need a Xcode in place. So for that, you need a Mac OS. At the time of recording, I'm not going to do that. Further session, I will have it. And here you can see node modules. So what happens is like it will do the installation. You can see installing dependency, right? So it will install all the dependency and put in the node module. Let me just show you some super important thing, which is nothing but index.js. So what is this index.js? This is the entry point for our application. it only registers the root component and renders it on the screen. So here you can see the code, like it's just saying like app register React Native, and it's saying like a from the app, you just execute it, and you can see this app.tsx, right? It's referring to this one only, and it's telling you this piece of code. Anyway, the coding part I'm not going in detail. We will have a future session. And let's go to the second most important thing, app.tsx file, because I used tsx. At the time of initialization, it asked me how you want to leverage. I say I want to go with TypeScript. If you have different choice, you can go with JavaScript as well. Since it's started, I can't. I have to install it and I have to show you. But here I have selected TypeScript, and you can see the TypeScript code available. Again, I'm not going in depth in coding part, and I'm going to keep it fairly simple. So here you can see it's going to import few important stuff that it needs, and here it's asking what mode you want to use. So I have selected dark, okay, light content dark. So it's just selecting the mode, and you can see what are the title tabs. So it has a title called step one. See your changes, debug, learn more. So if you see my old application, where is it? Android. I think now it won't run. Oh, okay. So you can see this is the piece of code it is showing here. And if I am using in my Mac, you can see the similar in a Mac OS related emulator like iPhone emulators. You can able to see the same code. So here it's mentioned like welcome to React, right? So this is the piece of information here. I'm saying setting the font and I'm exporting the app. So that's what was making use of index.js. So again, the next thing is like this Android thing, and like that I have said, this is platform specific code and configuration files will be kept, so you can able to alter and make necessary changes to our give a native view of this application. So we have these things in place. So now, once this installation gets completed, okay, it's taking more time to install dependency, and it is an expected behavior at initial step. Now, what I will do here is like I'm going to make use of this awesome project. This is still okay. Now you can see this new folder got created and it's working, right? So let it run. Now, what I'm going to do is like I have already created an existing one. So it's going to have fairly the similar code only, no big difference. So what I did was like I went into this particular folder by using cd, and I have typed npm start. Now I'm going to do the same thing. So this will run something called Metro. So it will bundles and do the stuff. So yeah, let's wait for it. You should be seeing similar screen like this. And let me also do one more thing. I will go back so you can able to see. Let it run. And okay, it's still installing. Okay. This will take some time because of my system performance. So this is the main folder structure, and you can able to see I'm using TypeScript. So you have this csconfig.json. Yeah, like just like all the JavaScript related things, you have the package.json. You have all the necessary things in place to play around. You have the so yeah, this is the setup. So this is the crucial thing we have. Let this, okay, don't take this much time. Not sure why it's taking this much. Anyway, let me just try testing npm run Android. Again, you can see I'm in awesome project, the old one. I believe now it should throw an error. Okay, this one, okay, it's still running the same thing. Ah, yeah. So you can able to see, right? So once I click npm start, it is triggering the Metro. So Metro will be running. Yes, if I click A, Android will run. But for simplicity, I just mentioned here. So here I'm running Android. So you can see Java server is already running, which is good. So one by one, the information will be available. So let this run. And here I will make a simple change. Let this get completed. Not sure why my system is too slow. Anyway, it will build this application. Yes, you can see, right? It is trying to install application. The application is already available. So it is initiating, it is evaluating the settings, and it will do all the bundling stuff. It will do the build stuff. So it is checking the configuration. In this case, it's going to the Android and viewing the configuration stuff of it. You can able to see it's executing few things, and it's saying like it pointed out my emulator. So it got it. It came to know like I'm going to use this emulator, and it will be in a debug mode. If you want to change the mode, again you have to go to Android. Here you have to make the changes inside this folder. You should be seeing few things. I'm not going in depth, but here you should be able to make the necessary changes. So it will take few minutes. So you can see the build is successful. And anyway, it's going to point me to the same thing because I didn't make any changes in the code. Let me make a small change to view that one. So in this case, let me do just a character sort of change. So I'm going to see your changes here, updated, something like that. I'm just making this change. I'm saving it, and I'm going to just okay. This time I will just use A. So you can able to see it's opening the Android and it's showing the similar information. Like you can able to see the old logs as well. So once I clicked, it was using the same things. So same sort of stuff will be happening here as well. So it will try to install the app because now I made a change. It is a small change, but I made a change. So I should be seeing some extra information like see your changes here updated like that. So it said it's installed. The build is successful. It took 72 seconds. Okay, and it's saying like it's running. Let me check it. Usually it will pop up immediately. Ah, here you can see, right? I didn't do anything. I mean, I did something. So here I updated context and you can able to see this. And it's telling me few things. Edit the app.txt. That's what I did. And I can able to see the changes. Double tap on the keyboard to reload your app code. So in this case, if I make changes, I don't, I just have to press R and it will do the reload. You can see, right? Reloading bundle. So I have made, yeah, in this case, I didn't make any changes. So it's not going to reload. But if I make some changes, it will do the reload part. Here you can see it. Just a click of a button, you can able to see the changes is immediately available. And when you are doing the testing and you want to see the debug, you can able to see like what are the things you have, what is the location setting. So it have this sampling profile. So it has so many things in test. So it's giving you the introduction stuff. So yeah. This is what I want to share you in this audio session. In upcoming session, you will be seeing everything in detail. So thanks for your time, and we will realize this React Native application in a better way.